President Trump working overtime this holiday weekend to hammer out a deal with Iran, saying there can be no mistakes.
That's right. The president posting this morning saying in part, quote, the deal with Iran will either be a great and meaningful one or there will be no deal.
Chief Foreign Correspondent Trey Yingst is live in Tel Aviv with the very latest. Hi, Trey.
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. The Trump administration says the deal with Iran is 95% complete, but there are still some final details to be addressed. On a call yesterday with reporters, a senior administration official indicated the memorandum of understanding may take several days to reach because the Iranian system doesn't move as fast as the United States would like. The official added that the current plan is to formally end the war and open the Strait of Hormuz without tolls before eventually dealing with all enriched nuclear material in Iran and not permitting further enrichment. Now, Iran will receive billions of dollars worth of assets unfrozen, along with oil sanctions waivers. U.S. officials say that will only take place if they uphold their end of the bargain. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said this today about the negotiations.
We're still a work in progress. We have what I think is a pretty solid thing on the table in terms of their ability to open up the straits, get the straits open, enter into a very real, significant, time-limited negotiation on the nuclear matters. And hopefully we can pull it off. It has a lot of support in the Gulf. It has a lot of support globally. Every country that we've walked through it understands it's not just very reasonable, but it's the right thing for the world to get done. As the president said, he's not in a hurry. He's not going to make a bad deal.
On Sunday, President Trump said in part on Truth Social, if I make a deal with Iran, it will be a good and proper one, not like the one made by Obama, which gave Iran massive amounts of cash and a clear and open path to a nuclear weapon. Our deal is the exact opposite, but nobody has seen it or knows what it is. It isn't even fully negotiated yet. Now, a military advisor to Iran's supreme leader also spoke about the negotiations overnight, saying this.
About negotiation, the Islamic Republic has put the least costly path before you. The Islamic Republic is telling you that if you continue the war, we will make the American people miserable and the American economy miserable. Iran is here for a fair negotiation with you.
The bottom line here, the Iranians will have to make serious concessions as it relates to their nuclear program in the Strait of Hormuz, or they are not going to receive any sanctions relief whatsoever. The president reiterating today he's either going to have a good deal or no deal at all. Guys?
Yeah, so Trey, had the opportunity to speak with the president this morning, and I know you've been doing some reporting behind the scenes as well on this. The president wanted to make clear that he didn't want to delay the nuclear program. He wanted to totally dismantle it. So he said that any indication that this is anything like Obama's deal, he said that's not true because they're going to get the dust if he's going to sign on the dotted line. What are you learning?
Yeah, absolutely. Administration officials are using this line, no dust, no dollars. And it's an indication President Trump is going to get that highly enriched uranium out of Iran, or the Iranians aren't going to receive any sort of sanctions relief. It's a very clear equation here, Lawrence. And when we look at the situation for the Iranians, they have to not only commit to not getting a nuclear weapon, but they also have to let excavators go in eventually and dig up that highly enriched uranium that was buried in the aftermath of Operation Midnight Hammer last summer, and then export it from the country. But the final part here is the advanced centrifuges that are used to enrich uranium at higher and higher levels. The Iranians have to dismantle all of this and make that commitment that they will never have a nuclear bomb, or there isn't going to be an agreement.
Trey, we've taken out many of Iranian leaders. How has that impacted the deal-making process and also the possible enforcement of a deal?
There's a reason that the Iranians have changed their tone at the negotiating table, and it's due to the military pressure that was exerted on the Iranian regime during Operation Epic Fury, where their military was decimated. Nearly the entirety of their Navy was taken out in U.S. and Israeli airstrikes. And then you had this economic blockade of Iranian ports enforced by the U.S. Navy that put crippling economic pressure on the Iranian regime. And regional sources tell Fox News each and every day that this blockade is in place, it is weakening the Iranian regime and their ability to rebuild this military program. And so the president was looking at this from a multifaceted approach, and it put so much pressure on the Iranian leadership in Tehran that it forced them back to the negotiating table to make these concessions. And that's exactly what negotiators right now are working out, trying to determine what the timeline in all of this is going to look like and polishing up those final details toward a broader deal.
Yeah, we'll see if we get commitments. And then, of course, the question of whether there will be follow through. Trey Yingst live for us in Tel Aviv. Trey, thanks,
Trey.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.